Hey there, everybody. Today, I'm going to give you 5 different ways to connect with real estate investors. Ideally, you want to be listing REO properties and other distressed properties, but there's a lot of value in working with the other side of that equation, working with the buyers, and they're mostly investors. Your customers primarily are going to be investors, and I've worked with a lot of investors over the years. And what's great about working with investors is the repeat aspect. I have one investor that I've been working with since I was practically a new agent. Over the last 15 years or so, he's bought or sold 1 or 2 properties a year since then. And I have another investor that I've done at least 40 deals with. We've since parted ways because of a difference of opinion, but hey, that happens. And I've worked with other investors, partnered with them and fix and flips kind of things. So I'm going to show you 5 different ways to connect with these investors. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to show you what you need to be asking them so you come off as an expert and a valuable resource to them. So I hope that if you find this useful information, that you'll subscribe to my channel as well as hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. So one thing you should really begin to do if you're interested in working with investors is get involved with real estate investment clubs. Every county, every metropolitan area has a real estate investor club. All you got to do is Google real estate investor club in your city, your county, and you will find at least one, probably more. They're going to have regular meetings, maybe twice a month, once a month, where they have guest speakers and networking opportunities. So get involved with your local real estate investment club and go to their meetings. Next is something similar to real estate investment clubs, and these are meetups. Go on to meetup.com. And if you enter in a search criteria of real estate or real estate investors, you're going to find a whole bunch of meetup opportunities on that website in your area, or even just online where they have online meetups. Another online resource is biggerpockets.com. It's kind of like Facebook for real estate investors. You can create a profile on there and connect with other realtors, investors, real estate professionals, all kinds of people involved in the real estate investing. There's also a real estate agent directory. That's fee-based, of course, but you can get your profile in their directory. I would also suggest that you spend some time in the forums and learn to speak their language. Read the blogs, see what kind of questions investors are asking in the forums, and become familiar with their language and what they're after. Another way to connect with investors is through old rental listings. Go in your MLS and search closed rental listings, and from there you can pull up the owner's names and prospect from there, whether it's direct mail or cold calling, your choice. And finally, I'll talk a little bit about online lead generation with a website. So now I'm going to show you how to generate leads from current foreclosure listings in your MLS via a website. You need to have a website with IDX in order for this to work. I happen to have 2 websites with IDX. One is my Real Geeks website, which I've had for years and years. And another one is a KV Core website, which I got from being an EXP agent. It comes with the package that we have. They're both similar in that they're kind of do-it-yourselfer types of websites. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. You're either going to be putting in a lot of work yourself, or you're going to hire somebody else to do it for you. My Real Geeks website I've had for since 2014, I think, and I have put in a lot of work into it, and now it's generating something like 60 leads a month organically without paying for pay-per-click or Facebook ads or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm keeping the seller leads. A certain percentage of those, probably 10% of them, are actually seller leads, because remember, buyers are also sellers quite often. I keep the seller leads, and then I refer out the buyer type of leads to other agents in my organization. So I'll show you how to quickly create a page in which you can generate leads from foreclosure listings. So I'm here in the admin section of my Real Geeks website, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to area pages. Then I'm going to add an area page. So I've already searched, and I know that there aren't a ton of REO listings, say in Fort Lauderdale, but if I go search county-wide, there's probably 30 or so. So I'm going to create a landing page for the entire county. I'll call it Broward County Foreclosure Listings. All right, so I created the area name, and that's going to be the same name as the title. And then anchor text is going to be the same, and that'll generate what's called the slug. And I'm also going to create a header in the content section just by pasting it in there. And I'm going to put that in heading 1 so it's nice and bold. And then I'm going to go down to the search options. I'm going to use this drop down menu to put it on the max, which is 100. I'm going to go create search. I'm going to choose the county, Broward County, and then I'm going to go down further on the left side of this page and click on foreclosures. In this drop down menu, I'm going to put true, create search, and it comes up with 32 results. I'm going to say yes, and that's it. I'm going to hit save. Boom. Broward County foreclosure listings. And if I view what it looks like on the site, here it goes. And this is all by, and this is listed by the listing date. So there's 30 on here. And what happens is when somebody goes to click on this lead, they have to give me their name, email address, and phone number in order to view all the pictures and get more information about it. So that's how I capture leads with my Real Geeks website. All right, so now that I've created that page, what do I do with it? Well, I'm going to go back to my list of area pages. I'm going to click on the new page. Then I'm going to go up here to view on site so I can see what it actually looks like. And up at the very top, I'm going to copy the URL. And then I can post this all over the place. I can post it to my Facebook business page, all my social medias. I can put it on my Google business page. I can also do Facebook ads. I can do Google pay-per-click. And depending on how much money you're willing to spend, you can generate all kinds of foreclosure leads using this method. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you how to do the same thing with a KV Core website. Here I am at the back end of my KV Core website, and I'm going to go over here to Lead Engine. I'm going to click on Build a Squeeze Page. And from here, I'm going to enter the area. I'll put in Broward County. Click on Broward County. Then I'm going to go down to options here. This is actually a drop-down menu. You just got to click on it. And when you come to foreclosures, click on that. And you'll see over here this a green button towards the center of the page. You just hit generate link, and there you go. You got up above, you got the long link, and we have a short link here as well. So I'm just going to I'm just going to copy that clipboard, and I'm going to paste it up top. And there we go. Something similar results. I didn't filter out the pending listings, so it has a few more than the other ones, but it works very much the same way as my Real Geeks website. If you want to view the details of the listing, you have to give your contact information. You can do it either with Google or Facebook or your email address. So there, now you have, depending on what type of, if you have a KV Core website, that's how you do it. If you have a different type of website, I'm sure you can figure it out or ask your vendor how to create landing pages for foreclosures. All right, and there you go. Those are 5 different ways to connect with real estate investors. Once you find them, what do? What do you say? How do you talk to a real estate investor? Well, it all depends much depends on their strategy. There are different types of real estate investors. You've got folks that are buy and hold. They're going to buy a property, rent it out, and hold on to it for years and years. You got investors that are going to fix and flip. They'll buy a beat up property, rehab it, and then put it back on the market. I've worked with a few of these where I found them the property, they did the rehabbing, and then I resold it for them. Then you have your wholesalers. Wholesalers, I don't work with much at all. They work mostly in off-market kind of properties. They'll find a property, get it under contract, they may close on it and then quickly resell it, but they're most likely going to sell that or assign the contract to somebody else for a fee. And then another common in real estate investors these days is the vacation rental investor. They're buying rental properties that they can put on Airbnb and VRBO. They've been very active lately. So once you know what their strategies are, you want to ask them what is their buy box. A buy box is a term that real estate investors use. It's essentially their search criteria. What type of property they're mostly buying. It'll be the area they're working in, the price points they're working at, the type of properties, whether it's single family exclusively, or maybe they only like to do duplexes and triplexes, or maybe just small apartment buildings, or maybe large apartment buildings. So find out what their buy box is. And like I mentioned earlier, spend some time learning how to speak their language, the terms they use. I can't do all that right here, but spend time researching that. Bigger Pockets is a great place to learn how investors speak and communicate with one another. So there you go. There's 5 different ways to connect with real estate investors. I hope you got something out of it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm Tom Day. Thanks for watching.